When I wrote Sacred Geometry, I wasn't writing a theory. I was documenting something I had already found, already mapped, already verified against the ancient sites themselves. And the thing that started it all was a question that seemed almost too simple. Why do the ancient Greeks always build in the same kinds of places? Not just beautiful places, not just defensible places, specific places. Mountain peaks, coastal promontories, island centers, cave entrances, places that keep appearing across centuries, across different civilizations, across different religions, as if something in the land itself is calling. I spent years looking at this, and what I found changed how I understand the ancient world completely. The ancient Greeks did not choose their sacred sites randomly. They were following a system. Let me be precise about what I mean, because ley lines have been buried under a lot of modern mysticism and bad science. A ley line, in its original sense, is simply this: a straight alignment between ancient sacred sites. That's it. No energy fields, no mystical forces you have to believe in, just geometry. Just the observable fact that if you draw a line between certain ancient sites, temples, oracles, sanctuaries, burial mounds, other ancient sites fall on that same line with a precision that cannot be accidental. Alfred Watkins documented this in Britain in 1921. But the principle is far older than Watkins and far more developed in ancient Greece than anywhere else. Because the Greeks didn't just build on alignments, they knew why they were building on them. In sacred geometry, I trace a specific alignment that I believe is one of the most significant in the ancient world. It begins at Kythera. Kythera is a small island south of the Peloponnese. In antiquity, it was one of the most sacred sites in the Greek world, home to one of the oldest temples of Aphrodite, the goddess who is, in esoteric tradition, represents not romantic love, but cosmic beauty. Others say that that temple was Apollo's, the attractive force that holds the universe together. It was meant to come from that temple. From Kythera, the line moves northeast through the Aegean, and it passes through a series of ancient sacred sites with a precision that is difficult to explain by chance. And it ends at Troy. Troy, where the Iliad begins, where the greatest sacred narrative in Western civilization is set, on the coast of Asia Minor, at the exact point where this alignment terminates. This is not a coincidence. This is geography as theology. The ancient Greeks encoded their understanding of cosmic order into the landscape itself, building their temples and sanctuaries along lines that connected Earth to a larger pattern. The question I get asked most about this is, how did they know? How did people without satellites, without GPS, without aerial photography, how did they identify and build along alignments that we can only verify today with modern mapping technology? The answer is that we have systematically underestimated ancient knowledge. The Greeks had precise astronomical observation going back thousands of years. They understood the relationship between celestial alignments and geographic coordinates. They had a tradition transmitted through the mystery schools, through the oracle networks, through the priest architects who designed the temples of sacred measurement. The oracle at Delphi was not just a religious site. It was the geographic center of the ancient Greek world, the omphalos, the navel, and the network of sacred sites radiating from Delphi follows geometric principles that are unmistakably intentional. The priests knew where to build because they understood that certain points in the landscape resonated with certain points in the sky, that the earth had a geometry, and that building on the nodes of that geometry was not superstition, it was precision. Why does this matter today? Because it changes the story we tell about who we are. We inherited a narrative that places ancient people below us, more primitive, more superstitious, less capable of understanding the world. Sacred geometry argues the opposite. The people who built the Parthenon, who designed Delphi, who aligned their temples from Kythera to Troy, they were operating with a knowledge of the earth, the sky, and the relationship between them that we have only recently begun to recover. They left the map. We just stopped reading it.